Hello everyone, my name is Akil. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Amazing Paramedical. Students, in my last video I have started with a new video series of solving previous year paramedical question papers. In the last video I have started solving annual November 2024 Anatomy Physiology question paper, in which I have solved section A anatomy first 3 5 marks question. Students who have not seen that video, I'll put the link of that video in my description box. Please follow that link to watch that video. So let's begin with today's video. Students, in today's video we will discuss the remaining question answers. The fourth question is name the types of joints with examples for 5 marks. Students, in our body there are 3 types of joints: fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint and synovial joint. Fibrous joint, in fibrous joint the bones are linked together with fibrous material due to which there is very less movement or no movement between the bones. Okay, so that will be fixed. As you can see here in the image, here the best example for fibrous joint is joint between skull bones. Here I have zoomed in, that is between the skull bones. As you can see, there is a joint, okay, which is there is no movement. Okay, yes, so that is the fibrous joint. The example is joints between the skull. The second type of joint is cartilaginous joint. In cartilaginous joint the bones are connected by tough fibrocartilage. Okay, that will allow a very limited movement will be there. The best example will be vertebral column. Vertebral column, as you already know guys, that is a backbone. Okay, that in that vertebral column spinal cord will be protected. Okay, so as you can see here, between these vertebral column bones there is a blue color section here, that is nothing but cartilaginous joint. Okay, that will allow very limited movement will be allowed there. Okay, yes. Next one, synovial joint. Third type of joint is a synovial joint, which is the most important and most common joint that is present inside our body. Okay, this is very much different from these two joints here. Okay, synovial joint. In synovial joint the bones are connected, the bones are linked with the help of synovial membrane, and that synovial membrane will contain synovial fluid. Okay, so we will see that with the help of diagram here. Okay, see here students, as you can see here there is one bone and here there is the second bone. In between these two bones, as you can find, there is a capsule, there is a synovial capsule in which you can find the red color, that is synovial membrane. Inside this membrane you can find there is a liquid, that liquid is synovial fluid. Okay, so that will keep them connected. Okay, so that will help to form the joint here. Okay, that is the synovial joint. Okay, synovial joint. So this synovial joint has got few more types in it. Okay, there are some different types of synovial joints. The first type of synovial joint is ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joint, the name itself is telling the ball and socket here, that is nothing but here two bones are connected, two bones are forming joint, but one bone surface will be spherical or ball like, the another bone surface will be cup like, it will be cup like depression will be there. Okay, students, see here in this image, it will be more meaningful for you. As you can see here there is one bone and here there is second bone. The first bone has got spherical ball like surface here, ball like articulating surface it has got. The second bone has got cup like surface, that is cup like depression. So these two bones are coming together to form a joint here, okay. So in our body we have got several types of ball and socket joint. The very best examples are shoulder joint and hip joint. Okay, shoulder joint and hip joint are the best examples for the ball and socket joint. Okay, the second type of synovial joint is hinge joint. It is the hinge joint. Here the joint it will be something like convex surface. One bone will have convex surface, another bone will have concave surface. Okay, see here guys, In this image, as you can see here, there is a one bone that has got concave surface. It has got concave surface here. There is a second bone which is going to form joint with this bone, okay, and that bone has got convex surface, okay. So here this type of joint we will call it as hinge joint, okay, hinge joint. The best example is our elbow joint here, okay, that is the best example, elbow joint, okay. Next one is the pivot joint. Pivot joint, here in this type of joint, the rounded or pointed surface will fit into a ring formed partially by the bone, okay, that is nothing but a radio-ulnar joint. Radio-ulnar joint, the joint that is forming between radial bone and ulnar bone here, okay, radial bone and ulnar bone. Students, see here as you can see here, radial bone and ulnar bone, they are forming a joint here. So we will call this type of joint as radio-ulnar joint, okay. Here one bone is having like cup, like again ring like surface here, okay. So it is the radio-ulnar joint. And what type of joint it is? It is pivot joint, okay. The next type of joint here we have got, that is condyloid or ellipsoidal joint and plane joint. Students, you can include these two joints in your examination, or if you don't include also, then it is also fine, okay. Yes, students, the next answer is deltoid muscle, okay. The deltoid muscle is a large triangular shaped muscle that forms the rounded contour of the shoulder. It's crucial for wide range of arm movements and shoulder joint stability, okay. So here as you can see, this part is known as deltoid muscle, that is exactly attached to our shoulder part, okay. So as you can see here, there are many fibers. The many fibers are coming together to form this deltoid muscle here. In this we have got three main fibers. The first type of fiber is anterior clavicular fibers, okay. So these fibers will be originating or connected to our clavicle bone, and they will allow for the shoulder flexion in internal rotation of the arm, and it will also assist in the horizontal adduction, okay. The next type of fibers that makes up the deltoid muscle are middle acromyal fibers. They will be originating from the acromyine process of the scapula, okay, and they will play a major role in the abduction of the arm, okay. The last type of fiber here is posterior spinal fibers. They will be originating from the spine of the scapula, okay. And what they will allow? They will allow for the shoulder extension, external rotation of the arm, and they will also assist in the horizontal abduction, okay. So this is all about the deltoid muscle, guys, okay. Okay, students, now we will discuss about the 3 marks question answers. The first 3 marks question answer is name 3 branches of aorta. Okay, name 3 branches of the aorta. Here we have got the diagram. We have got 3 branches here. Okay, here brachiocephalic artery, left common carotid artery, left subclavian artery. These are the 3 branches. Brachiocephalic artery will again divide into 2 parts. That is right common carotid artery, which will supply to our head and neck, and right subclavian artery will give blood supply to our right arm. Left common carotid artery will again give blood supply to the head and neck region, and left subclavian artery will give blood supply to our left arm. Okay, see here guys, here you have to draw the diagram, then you have to start explaining brachiocephalic artery. Okay, the first and largest branch that supplies blood to the right arm, head and neck. It further divides into right subclavian artery and right common carotid arteries. Left common carotid artery, that is the second branch that supplies blood to the left side of the head and neck. Okay, so third branch, the left subclavian artery, the third and the final branch that supplies blood to the left arm. Okay, so the next question here we have got is the name the types of cartilage. Name the types of cartilage. This is again expected question for you people. There are 3 types of cartilage in our body. The first cartilage is hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage we have got. The most common type, it is smooth and found in joints. The joints such as the nose and the trachea. Okay, it is its primary function is to reduce the friction and absorb the shock. Okay, so hyaline cartilage, it is very smooth, it is very flexible. Where it is found? It is found in our nose. Okay, and it can also be found in our trachea. Okay, so what it does, it allows primarily it functions to reduce the friction and to absorb the shock. Okay, so the next type of cartilage we have got is elastic cartilage. The name itself is telling there will be elasticity, there will be more flexibility here. Why? Because it is made up of elastic fibers. It is made up of elastic fibers. Where we can find such type of cartilage? We can find it in our external ear, okay, and also in epiglottis. Okay, so this is the second type of cartilage, elastic cartilage. Okay, the third type of cartilage is fibrocartilage. Fibrocartilage, the strongest and most rigid type. It is made up of thick collagen bundles. Okay, it provides support and absorbs the heavy impact in the areas like vertebral discs and the menisci of our knee. Okay, so we can find it in our vertebral discs, okay, intervertebral disc, and in a menisci of the knee. Okay, so these are the types of the cartilage we have got here. Okay, the next one, the next part here, the draw and label the simple columnar epithelium. Okay, simply you have to draw the diagram here and you have to just name it. Okay, you have to just give the naming of it here. Okay, the next question, mention the chambers of the heart. This is very easy question for you people. Okay, heart has total 4 chambers. It has got 4 chambers. Okay, we'll take help of the diagram here again, so it will be very easy for you to understand. Yes, here we have got, okay, 4 chambers we have got 2 on the right side, 2 on the left side. Here we have got right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. Okay, so 4 chambers we have got. What do they do, how they will function? Right atrium will be receiving the deoxygenated blood from the body via the superior and inferior vena cava and coronary sinus, and it will transfer that, or it will pump that blood into the right ventricle. The right ventricle will receive the deoxygenated blood from the right atrium and it will pump it to the lungs via the pulmonary artery, for the oxygenation. Okay, the pulmonary artery will carry that deoxygenated blood to our lungs, and after they will get oxygenated there, and then they will come back to the left atrium. Okay, then it will enter into the left atrium. It will receive the oxygenated blood from our lungs via the 4 pulmonary veins. Okay, so that left atrium, what it will do, again it will pump that blood into the left ventricle. That left ventricle will receive the oxygenated blood, and from left ventricle it will pump that blood to the aorta. Okay, yes, so this is all about the chambers of the heart here. Okay, the next question that we have got here is draw and label a neuron. Okay, again a very easy question for you. Here we have got the diagram of the neuron. Okay, namings should be it should be same like this. The namings should not be changed here. You have to give the naming of dendrites, nucleus, soma. Here the whole tail part is axon. Okay, in the axon we have got Schwann cell, node of Ranvier, exactly in between here, middle space, node of Ranvier, myelin sheath we have got. Here we have got axon terminal. Okay, so draw this diagram. Next, mention any 3 muscles of upper limb. There are 3 types of muscle that can be found very commonly in the upper limb are biceps brachii. Okay, that is located on the front of the upper arm. Triceps brachii, that is located on the back of the upper arm. Okay, deltoid, just now we have discussed about this one, that is located on the shoulder. Okay, 3 types of muscles in the upper limb. Okay, the next question, name the salivary glands. This is very much important for you. Name the salivary glands. Here we have got 3 types of salivary glands, although we have got other salivary glands also, but there are 3 major salivary glands here. Okay, here we have got the image of it. Yes, 3 major salivary glands we have got. The first gland is parotid gland. Parotid gland, where it is exactly located, it is exactly located in front and below each ear. 2 parotid glands we have got, exactly where it is located in the front, of the ear. Okay, front side of the ear we have got here parotid gland. Okay, what it will be doing, primarily serous watery saliva and rich in amylase for the carbohydrate digestion. So it will be secreting saliva, and it will also be secreting an enzyme, that is salivary amylase, which will help to break down the carbohydrates. Okay, the next type of gland here, submandibular gland, that is situated beneath the lower jaw. Okay, here as you can see, here we have got submandibular gland. Okay, that is exactly near to the mandible bone. What it will be doing, again it will be secreting saliva, and it will be contributing the largest proportion of your total saliva volume. Okay, the last gland here is sublingual gland, that is situated under the tongue, that is situated under the tongue here. Okay, so again it will also be responsible for secreting the saliva. Okay, so these are the three primary glands of our salivary glands. Okay, the next question is name the parts of CNS. The main parts of the CNS are the brain and spinal cord. Okay, the brain and the spinal cord. So the next question here is anatomical position. Okay, anatomical position. First you have to describe the anatomical position, what it is. It is a standard anatomical position. It refers to the specific body orientation when describing an individual's anatomy. Okay, how exactly it should be anatomical position. A person should stand straight. Okay, should stand straight with eyes looking forward. Okay, both arms by the side of body, palms facing forward, palm should be facing forward, and both the feet should be together. Okay, here as you can see here in the diagram, yes, this is the anatomical position. The body should be straight. Okay, eyes should be looking forward, hands, okay, both the arms, they should be side of the body, and palm should be facing forward, both the feet should be together. Okay, so that is the anatomical position. Okay, so the next question is name the parts of pancreas. That is the last question in the 3 markers. The name the parts of the pancreas is nothing but it is divided into 4 parts, 4 main parts: head, neck, body, and tail. As you can see here in the diagram. Yes, it is divided into 4 main parts. Here we have got head region, neck part, body, and tail. Okay, see here where exactly they will be located. Head, that is the widest part, that is the widest part of the pancreas, that will sit within the C-shaped curve of the duodenum. Okay, as you can see here, here beside on the posterior side we have got duodenum here, so it is exactly sitting in that C shape of the duodenum. Okay, yes. The next part is the neck, that is a short constricted area that is connected to the head and the body. The third part is the body, that is the main central section of the body which will extend horizontally across the abdomen. Okay, here exactly here we have got the body. It is very much important part. Why? Because here we have got the all the cells, all the hormones will be generated here. Yes, so that is very important part. Next one is the tail part, that is a narrow tapered end that will again get further, it will get connected with the spleen. Okay, that will end near the spleen. So students, now we have completed all the question answers from the section A anatomy. In my next video, I will be discussing about the section B physiology 5 marks question answers. Okay, so students, please don't miss that video and share these videos as much as possible with your other friends as well, because the tentative dates have been already announced, that is in the November and December. Okay, so if you find these videos helpful, please keep sharing them with your other paramedical friends. Okay, so keep sharing, keep learning. The students who have not subscribed yet to my channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon to keep getting more and more updates about my next upcoming videos. Okay, thank you.